Hi folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, coming to your blog post, I want to share the course review, the latest in social media and technology. We have all the major phone companies that send us phones, so be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube so we keep bringing these great videos. From our good friends at AT&T.com with the fastest download and upload speeds, we have today the Apple iPhone 5C versus the Motorola Moto X. We're going to put these two babies head to head, see who wins. Let's take a look. Okay, so here you have it, the Geekbench 3 scores between the iPhone 5C and the Moto X. On the Moto X, you're looking at 692 single-core score versus 679 single-core score on the Moto X. Very similar. 1241 on the multi-core score versus 1251 on the Moto X. We'll page down through these. You can, of course, download these at home so that you can see how your device might measure up to these and determine which one you want to take and purchase. We don't worry too much about these individual scores, but some people do. So I'll page down through them, and you're welcome to pause at any given time to see the individual scores. Like I said, the great thing is you can follow along at home. You can see how these scores compare to what you're currently having with your phone, or maybe determine which phone is best for you to upgrade to. Okay, so here we have the 3D Mark app. This is a benchmarking app test. We're running the Ice Storm Unlimited, and the score on the iPhone 5C comes in at 5685 versus 10,616 on the Moto X. Very interesting. As you can see, the graphics score definitely outpaced it on the iPhone. Was beaten by the Moto X. You're looking at physics score a little bit higher though on the 5C, so very interesting that way. And there you have it. Okay, so here we have the PassMark performance test mobile scores on the iPhone 5S versus the Moto X. You can see here that the score came in much higher on the 5C. So you're looking at a performance score of 3406 on the system versus 2784 on the Moto X. We're going to go ahead and page down through these. You can see the individual CPU tests that we did. 23,821 versus 6180. On the disk test, you're looking at 11,520 versus 12,065. Memory, 3,200 versus 3,281. And on the 2D test, you're looking at 1121 versus 2826. 3D test, 1798 versus 819. Very interesting. Okay, so here we have the GFX benchmark test 2.7 between these two devices. The 5C scores came in at 382 frames at 6.8 frames per second versus 903 frames at 16 frames per second. You've got the on-screen test at 744 frames at 13 frames per second, and the Moto X coming in at 1484 frames at 26 frames per second. Okay, so there you have it. There's the benchmarking with the major apps between both these devices, the iPhone 5C and the Moto X. So go to our good friends at AT&T.com. That's AT&T.com. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. AT&T.com with the fastest download and upload speeds. Thanks to them for sharing the phones with us. Now, be sure to give us a like on this video, subscribe so we can keep bringing these videos. We're going to be comparing all the new iPhone 5s with pretty much about 25 to 30 other phones, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back in often.